Krunchy. Stays crunchy. And milk.
The Guardians today in fashion swept the Tigers, put his 3.5 games back from first place in the Central. Now, are we going to win the Central? Probably not. I don't know the Tigers' schedule over the next whatever, but apparently, at least in Tigers TikTok, we are their nightmare. They speak of us like we are. I don't know. You pick any team that is our nightmare, and apparently we are that to the Detroit Tigers because we do have a hell of a record against them over the last few seasons, including this year, as we've only lost to them, I believe, once this entire year, and that was back in I think April or earlier in the season. It was like a 5-0 loss to them, but we have beat them every other game we have played them. We have their number, and I love being on the other side of that a little bit. Man, this dude. He was like, I don't know. His TikToks have popped up twice now. It's like, I can't believe it. We just this what we're doing. I mean, that's a team that's over there. They're young and hungry, and they've been raising their players up. And I'm just like, buddy, I guess I've been here all season long. It has not been a good time over here.
Yeah, like right now they're doing like the cram everything in at the last minute. Like they're like the kid who didn't do the project and the night before he's trying to write the whole paper. That's what the Guardians are doing. And now they're like, oh, you mean we only got 20 games left of the season? Well, fuck, we got to win all of them to make this shit look respectable.
So 3.5 games back from first, 2.5 out of the wild card spot.
1.5 right now.
Oh, word up. Okay. And so it's possible, not likely, because, don't get it twisted. I'm from Cleveland, and therefore I have it in my head that doesn't happen. That's not how this works.
I'm also kind of like Randy Quaid in Major League, where I'm like, all right, yeah, fine. If you make it, you ain't gonna win anyway.
Yeah. Hey.
But it's baseball. Who fucking knows? They can pull something out their ass. Whatever.
Baseball is one of them ones where it's like you'll hear any given Sunday, but that's not really true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like every now and again something will happen on Sunday, but like I was telling my dad about this last night because I was over there and I was talking to him about gambling because I had a good gambling weekend last weekend on the NFL.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, granted, like a couple things had to go my way, but I'm like, in general, I find that it's easier for me to pick winners in football than it is for me in baseball. And for baseball, it's because there's so much goddamn parity where like the majority of the league finishes around 500, and with pitching matchups and everything, it's like any fucking team could win on like any night. So it's hard to like run a parlay or what, like something wacky always fucking happens. Like I had one, like I stopped betting on baseball like a month and a half ago because it was so fucking swingy. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was having shit where it was like, I would do like a 3-leg no-run first inning parlay where I'd pick like 3 games to all not like neither team to score in the first inning.
Yeah. And
it would come down to the last team on the last leg, and they'd have 2 outs already, and then the fucking third guy would hit like a walk-off, like a home run or something. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It literally happened. I was at my dad's the one night when it happened. I was watching on the MLB.com like the live pitchy thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched Yu Darvish, like, oh, got the first guy out, second guy out. And then the batter at the plate's down 0-2. Whack, solo home run. Fucking there goes $140.
Yeah. Don't bet on baseball, people. Unless you just, I don't know. Well, apparently you probably bet on baseball if you're in the right discords with the right people. As we have 2 players right now missing in action. They're getting paid, but will they really be getting paid much longer situation for possibly some gambling situations?
Yeah, I thought they said that shit was supposed to like end a couple weeks ago. Is that, I guess they're just like indefinite now?
Yeah, the last time an announcement got made, they said, yeah, we just gonna not bring them back the rest of the season. They still get paid, y'all. Don't worry, because I guess they think people are gonna be mad about it. But they like, we're still investigating. So somebody gonna say something, or they keeping it real tight. But it was some real obvious cheating going on when you go back and look at the data points.
There's probably a lot of no hablo inglés being thrown around right now.
So we'll see how that all plays out here. Well, or maybe we won't. I don't know. Listen, crime this Kawhi shit over in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And it's some crazy shit going on in pro sports in this country right now. But this is the same shit that goes down in European in soccer all over. You know what I'm saying? It's always things like this going down in soccer, or that is like some wild gambling shit, some wild player trade shit, somebody getting paid a weird way. So it's business.
I just assumed that this kind of shit happened all the time in the NBA.
Yeah,
and that like people just didn't find out about it.
Yeah, Pablo Torre's a hell of a fucking investigator, man.
Yeah, and it's been interesting seeing him like go back and forth with Mark Cuban on X, and I think that was the first time I ever called it X. That's wild.
Ugh, disgusting.
I'll be honest, I think all the social media platforms kind of suck these days.
Facts.
Like I think Threads is kind of trash. I just go on there for like thirst trappy shit sometimes.
That's the one I do not use at all.
I never log into Blue Sky. Like I've never even looked at a single fucking message on there, or tweet or cloud or whatever the fuck they call it. I don't even know.
Skeet.
Like SKEET.
Motherfuckers
like
call them bitches
from the windows to the wall.
Yes, motherfuckers. Not everybody, but enough people do it that I can tell you they're called skeets.
Well, that still doesn't make me want to go over there. But I can tell you this: I fucking hate Facebook now. Like I haven't really fucked with Facebook for like the last 5 years.
Yeah. But
like when I do go on there now, everything that gets shown in my feed is nothing that I actually follow or anyone that I'm even aware existed.
Yeah.
They show me these random ass posts from these random ass pages that I have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't see anything from anyone I actually know. So I'm like,
sir,
why do I want to come here? You're just showing me random shit.
I have no affiliation with these people. Stop it. I got my email the other day, I think maybe today or yesterday. Let's pull this up and I'll tell you as much. Yesterday that the Facebook user privacy settlement has been settled, and I can expect the bread in my
I think I got that too.
Bread in my bank account in 3 to 4 days. So I'm like, love that for me. Love that.
Yeah, I think I got the email that like be on the lookout for your payment email, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh cool. I'm greatly looking forward to my $1.25.
I got a decent enough pay from Apple. It's like $30, $35, something like that. So that's one of the better ones I've gotten. I
just laugh because I'm just like, with how many fucking data breaches and everything that's going on, it's like I have no fucking delusion the fact that like my personal information is even private. Cool. I got a letter in the mail the other day from I think it was like TransUnion, where they're like, one of our third party things got hacked and some data got leaked on the internet. It wasn't us, it was them, but we just want to let you, like, I'm like, come on, get the fuck out of here. Like, you really wasted the time to send me a paper letter to let me know that it wasn't your fault.
That's some covering their asses type shit right there. I swear to God, it was them. I mean, like I said, all my data and all our data got leaked in the Experian leak from a few years back. Every
time I log onto a website, the Google security thing is like, hey, you know this password's on the internet, right? And I'm like, yeah, they all are at this point. Fuck it.
Like, bruh, I've changed passwords recently and have things come and say, hey, you got to change that again. Turns out that's that the people know about that one too. I'm just like, fuck it, man. I had to change my every layer of PayPal security. Like nothing, everything had to get changed. I had to add a new what's it called? Second whatever. You know what I mean?
Two-factor authentication.
Two-factor. Yeah, I had to add a new two-factor on that shit. Is wow, bro. I was like, okay, PayPal. I didn't realize y'all was getting ate up like that, but yeah, there is no privacy in this great nation, y'all. Also, your job is always lying to you when they tell you those surveys are anonymous. They are not.
That's why I don't do them.
Oh, I do
Man.
them. I do them, and I just let them know.
I fucked up yesterday. So like I you know how at work has been Employee Appreciation Week, and I got invited to one of those like coffee hangouts for a half hour, like over Zoom, like everyone log on and say so we can say hello to each other. I logged in, and then like I got greeted by my former manager when I was logging in. I thought it was just like some like more of our local people on the call.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, Dan, how are you?" And I was like, overworked and underpaid. And then I started seeing all the other people on the Zoom like pop onto the active speaker, and they were like upper managers from all these different departments, and I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, but that's an old adage. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah. Like, you know what it is, lady.
Even if
Don't
I'm not
ask me.
fine, fuck it. I don't care.
Man, it has really got to that part in this discourse, bro. It's like, yeah, I'll be fine one way or the other. I tell you,
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I hate that. I hate to have to think that way, but that's real as fuck, bro. But that's what's been cracking, y'all, man. It's been a whirlwind of operations as things going down. But I'm going to try and remember this week to tell you our entertainment. I did not do that the last time we recorded, and I have a list that's so long that's like it's going to take up a good chunk of the show. Worry not, we'll get there. Only got you one article this week. That'll be a good time. And you know what it is. You know how we do. So let's get to it.
Excuse me.
God bless you. Or whomsoever. Or Dan bless you, as it were.
I told people today that function that I went to that I am technically now a reverend.
Yeah, nice.
They were like, "What?" I was like, "Yep, I'm a man of the cloth."
Any particular cloth? I'd like to think of you more of a velvet man. Real pimpish.
I feel like I'd be like satin.
I'll allow for it. Nice little bonnet. Keep everything right.
Keep the sun off my dome.
I mean, I got to be like the pioneer of this shit, you know. I was popping that crystal when y'all niggas thought it was beer and shit, you know. Wearing that platinum shit when y'all niggas thought it was, when y'all chicks thought it was silver and shit. I got to be the pioneer of this shit, man. Bottom line, I know you how. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Yo, I spit that other shit. That's some nice motherfucker shit. That Fed time, follow me around. Deep cover shit, nigga. Your beer money. I'm all your money. I'm popping. You ain't got to counter this all their money. I never change money because niggas got strange money. Knocked up, marked up, fucked up in the game money. I got bail money. Double XL money. You got flash now, but time will reveal money. I spit the hottest shit. You need it, I got it shit. That down south Master P, bout it shit. I got blood money. Straight up thug money. That brown paper bag under your mattress, drug money. You got show dough, little to no dough. Sell a bunch of records, but you still owe dough. I got 996 plus FOMO. You crazy? You fugazi. I'm loco with dough, papo. Imaginary playmates. Hey, welcome to it. Stay Trench and Milk. It's episode 584. And yeah, we'll do what we can to stabilize the channel bed. I'm your host, Sarah 13. That's your host, the Right Reverend Lunchbox 2099.
Hola.
And we back in this beast again. Bruh, I recorded KP this week. And it had been a while since we recorded. Then the last time we recorded here. I was all bro, everything about it was like, what is going on? How do I do this? It was bad news. And then that show gets a decent little active chat. And so the chat's going, and I'm like, this is too much. So Nick was like, I'm going to hold the chat down. You keep the show held down. And then the chat started getting spoilery. So Nick was like, I had to let the chat go. So I'm like, all right, fine. So it was a bit of chaos this week over on KP for your mans. I'll get better, or I might have to bring somebody in to monitor the chat because I can't do both.
I'm happy to hear you guys have that active of a presence stuff.
It's new to me, baby. Like, it hadn't been that way before. We've usually had a couple people who will be like, hey guys, I love Nick Jew, because they love Nick Jew from her old podcast. And that was always dope. Just you show love and keep it moving. But now it was kind of burning this week, which is good. Yeah, good to see. It was good to have, man. So Everybody loved you on KP. If you didn't know, Boxer's on the first episode we did of this new season of Bake Off, and he did a great job. And I like having him on the show. And everyone who has listened, who knows you and knows of what you do, is like, oh man, it's a good time. So respect due. Good job, sir.
I tried to honor your product, keep it clean, provide some insight. I actually watched the material, so glad I could be of service.
You know, I had to edit the dog shit out of that episode because at some point I told the listeners, the SMD. So I was like, yeah, I can't have that on this show. We had a pretty decent chunk of football talk on that because we was watching football the whole day that day, y'all, as we were recording. So I was like, yeah, that's probably not gonna fly either. Let me go ahead and clip that out. So that one had some effort. This week the show, it's already done. I actually already edited. It's uploaded, and it'll premiere at midnight tonight, and it'll be up for you. And it's video this week. We had Adela Mo from who was one of the runner-ups of this year's Great American Baking Show on again. She was the first person who, when I said, "Hey, Bake Off's coming back," who's trying to get down, she was the first one to say, "I'm in." So I was like, super dope to have Adela back. Super sweet lady. And it was just good to have her. And she told a story on that show about her travels this summer. She was in Indonesia for a bit, but she also went to the Minnesota State Fair and was talking about the butter princesses. And actually managed to find video that I could use and edit into that show. So it's a fun. I know people like to watch that one live, but the edited version of that show, I think I put some real effort and quality into. So I hope you actually watch the edited version of that comes out on Fridays. Yeah, okay. You've been caught up on housekeeping. Let me give you some news real quick. And actually, I'm gonna throw it up on the screen because I find this bottle to be lovely. So, excuse me. Let me share my screen or do this, then this, and then this. And then over here, I'm actually going to read it to you. This is from Scene Cleveland, Doug Guff, as you can see on the byline. Or maybe you can't. Yeah, I do got Doug up there. Pre-rolls finally available at Ohio dispensaries can be a star performer in state's cannabis scene. From June 23rd to June 2023 to June 2024, pre-rolls saw the largest revenue increase of all cannabis categories nationwide. Pre-rolls have been a sought-after product from the moment Ohio launched its recreational cannabis program in August 2024. And even as it took almost a year for them to land on shelves, Andrew Rayburn, owner of Eastlake cultivator and processor Buckeye Relief, says customers have been asking about them since passage of Issue 2, the initiative that legalized cannabis for adult use in the Buckeye State. People have been going to smoke shops and gas stations to buy contaminated products, says Rayburn, owner of 3 amplified dispensaries in the state. It's a delight to give them a pure, tested, top quality product. Now that pre-rolls are officially in Ohio, dispensaries are expected to be a top seller for years to come. From June 2023, which we just read at the top of the article, but I guess it's in the article now. From June 2023 to June 2024, pre-roll saw the largest revenue increase of all cannabis categories, growing by 11.89%, according to a study from pre-roll manufacturing company Custom Cones USA and cannabis analytics firm Headset. Rayburn estimates the products will take up between 10 to 20% of market share within the next 6 months. Consumers' reception to Amplify has been so enthusiastic that Rayburn will have to quadruple his production to meet demand, he said. Rayburn has been preparing to introduce pre-rolls since last year, purchasing grinders, rollers, and equipment to transform flower into smokable joints. Today, Amplified dispensaries are selling pre-rolls in gram and half-gram units. A single 1-gram joint goes for $12 to $15, with customers paying $50 for a pack of 5 half-gram pre-rolls, enhanced with a cannabis concentrate. Customers have been asking for that since last August, but it's getting louder I bet you it is getting louder for the last few months, Rayburn said. What we're producing now is a fraction of what we'll be making after we get the kinks out of the process. That's a longer article than I expected to be. I guess I should have gone over it ahead of time, but I did not. And so I'm not going to read the rest of it because there's too much going on there. But pre-rolls are here in the great state of Ohio, and that's a good thing for those who I guess don't want to roll their own weed and or don't want eddies, because I'm not an edible man myself, and I don't even think I'm a joint man anymore. I finally have decided new weed is too strong, and I can't smoke a whole joint to myself in 2025. And I'm not going to tap a joint out and like save it for later, because it's not like there's not plenty of weed to be had. It's not like back in the day where I'm like, oh my God, I could never throw a roach away because I'm gonna, I might need that if the streets ever get dry, which used to happen all the time. But now I'm just like, I just don't care, baby. I can just go get more if I need it, and I have plenty. So I'm otherwise not to be too bothered by that. But hey, it will be old school nice to sit in a cipher and pass a joint around, as I have not done that since I was in probably like 30 years. If we start doing the numbers, pushing toward 30 years since I've gotten in a old school weed cipher. But no, man, I like the weed sodas. And I like the ones that you get from the dispensaries here. I don't like the ones that I'm not copping the ones they sell at bars or, at the grocery store. Because like when we went to Jungle Gyms, that's it in Cincinnati?
I believe so. I've never been.
Okay. They had a whole section of cannabis infused sodas, but I know they're all doing that Delta 8 shit. You know what I'm saying? So, because that's what's legal. And so I'm like, you ain't just selling me dispensary grade beverages like I would go get at my local dispensaries. So I'm a beverage man, and I do like if I imbibe, I'm more of a smoker. But I'm at this point, I've just, like I said, joints is too much. I could smoke a blunt here in 2025 if you asked me to. So I've decided I'm going to become a bowl man. That way I can just put a little bit in, take a rip, get a nice pleasantness, and leave it be. That's how I'd like to interact with grass in the great state of Ohio whilst I can. Apparently, Michigan has the lowest prices in the country. So like that's why people be like, I'm just going up to Michigan to go get mine, because it's like, people be like, oh man, they playing y'all in Ohio, they selling y'all this and that, and I'm just like, and I'm never offended. There's lots of sales here that happen all the time and so forth, and I'm not. And what's nice is, again, I don't have to call my man Bright White, page my man Bright White, hope he calls me back to say he'll meet me down here on this street.
Yeah, even though like it's legal in Ohio, I still know people that drive to Michigan because of the prices.
Yeah, I don't have to. I don't need that much weed in my life that I have to be concerned that the cost is.
Well, they do.
fair. And I guess that's good for them. But yeah, it's a 90-minute, it's 90 or a minute or so drive, right? You know what I'm saying? It's nothing too terrible what you get to get across the border from here. So I get why you do it. It's just a fun little road trip, but I don't know. I'm okay. There's like multiple dispensaries around me in the general. I'm in a triangle of dispensaries, in fact. So, and there's just more coming. They're making that. It might be done, but I hadn't been over there in a hot second. That what used to be was that coconuts?
Yeah, it's already open.
Yeah, that's a Rise now. So that's a fun.
I literally just drove past there like a couple nights ago.
Okay, that's fun. That what was once a record store being now a weed dispensary just makes kind of sense. And actually, on the other side of that building is a record store. So that all kind of works itself out. And there's a head shop right over there. So if you needed any kind of glass or any kind of products that you need to imbibe your freshly purchased marijuana, you got a spot to go get it at, literally on the backside of that same building. It's lovely, man. I don't know, man. Ohio. Ohio be wilding in a lot of ways, y'all. But right now, let's assume we stick to it. When it comes to weed, we ain't so bad, bro. Like I said again, I know people are like, it's so much cheaper in Michigan, but yeah, it turns out the math is math, and there it's the cheapest weed in the country, which probably means it's the cheapest weed in the world, because not everybody's legal everywhere. So it's only kind of legal in Amsterdam. It's not. It's decriminalized. That's what it is. So that makes Michigan real specific, and they have a ton of product too, because that's just how they move. But Michigan weed ain't as dank as Ohio weed, because our weed, the way our law is written, we have some very strong weed. So I'm just saying it might cost you a little more, but it's gonna get you way ripped. So respect due to Ohio's bud and the farmers that grow it here in the Buckeye State. But that was your little news story for the week. I thought that was a fun one. It's a little longer. It'll be in your show notes if you want to read the rest of it. Like I said, only reason I wanted to show it to you guys on the screen is I like the way this pre-roll package looks. It's just a jar with some weed in it, but it's got the Buckeye State and the astronaut on it. I love that for us, as we have a large NASA contingent currently, at least until we don't. And I dig that. But Box, you know what it is, sir. We hand the reins of this program over to you, and to do that, I have to click this button.
I hope it's like the Wonder Years where like you got me like playing in the front yard by a white picket fence, and then like me looking lovingly into like my crush's eyes as I kiss for the first time, and then all of a sudden I'm getting on a boat to war.
I thought it would involve books in some way, story time, but damn.
Yeah, I mean, I guess reading Rainbow works too.
Man, I love that.
That was weird. I didn't get the audio on that.
Oh, I'm just gonna blame your whole operation for our troubles tonight. Then that's it. It's your fault.
Yeah.
But what's the good word, sir?
So, I went to a coin show for the first time with my dad last Saturday.
Cool.
And it kind of was what I expected. A lot of middle-aged to old white people.
Mm-hmm.
A couple random young white people.
Okay. Any people of color at all?
No.
Did it seem like everyone there probably had a gun on them or in their vehicle?
Yeah. There and like one of the guys kind of did the old casual. I'm a white guy, so I'm gonna look around before I say something racist to you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God damn, man, we haven't even made it down the first road yet.
Any red hats?
No, but I did see Trump dollars.
If you would be so kind.
As to describe the Trump dollars?
I need to know what the fuck that is, sir.
They were like fake Trump, like it was like there was blue on it. I don't know, like a caricature of Trump. Like it was I don't know, like it. I didn't like stop to like inspect them. I just saw them and I kept walking. Like the thing is, like with my dad has a hard time moving around. He gets like sciatic pain and he can barely like stand for long periods of time. So like the only times we really stopped was when my dad wanted to look at something. My dad bought like four things, and then we got like halfway through we got all the way down to the second row. Like it was in a gymnasium of a church.
Okay.
And it was like you come in and there's the first row set up with tables on both sides, and then it wraps around, and then there's a middle row with tables on both sides, and then it wraps back around to a third row that had tables on both sides. We got there about 3 hours after it already started. And so like the crowd wasn't as big as it was apparently earlier in the like the one in the third row where his fist is up in the air. It kind of reminded me of that.
1, 2, 3. Fist is
right
there.
Yeah, you skipped over. It's 2 to the left of where you are. Right there.
Oh.
It kind of reminded me of that right there. Yeah.
You keep going. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, you show up at the set a few hours late, but that's okay because whatever.
My dad didn't want to get there early. Like I said, he has a hard time standing and moving around, so he didn't want to be there with a giant crowd. So he kind of wanted it to be a lighter affair. And
I bet you it was.
and I didn't know what to expect because like this is like a local coin show. Apparently, they do like the second Saturday every month at this place.
Okay.
And this whole thing is new to me. I'd never been to one before. And so like when we pulled in the parking lot was like kind of packed. I was like, oh shit, it's popping in here. And when we walk in, there's like a cop posted up in a cop car like right outside the door, so they had security.
Yeah.
And we walk in, it's like two older like white women talking at the front counter. And
the white part is currently baked in. You'll never have to say it again for this whole rest of this conversation.
That's fair. That's fair. There was two older women standing there, like almost like running the information desk or whatever with all the flyers and everything. And she's like, we could take your information and add you to our mailing list because like we told her we'd never been there before. So like my dad was asking if there was like a cover charge or anything like that.
Okay.
And so like he wrote his name. She handed him like a piece of paper and he wrote his name down with his email or whatever. And then she like took it back and I'm like, I'll give you my info too. He and I don't share the same email address. So like I literally said it too. I was like, we're not together. Like we are independent men. Just because I came from his seed doesn't mean he controls my life. I put my info down because she said that like sometimes there's like scheduling conflicts with the church where they can't get the gym that month, so they don't do the show or whatever.
Okay.
But she says they send it out like a warning in like their mailing list or whatever. So, I'm going to Atlanta in a couple days. So like this is actually the last SKiM that I'm recording in my 30s.
Yes.
The next time you hear from me, I will be officially 40 years old. So I'm a little tight with the pocket right now because like I have to I'm off work tomorrow of us the day after this recording because I have to go put new tires on my car, which is quite a chunk of change.
Yeah.
And then next Thursday I will be leaving to drive to Atlanta, Georgia, and I'll be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, drive home Monday.
Okay.
So, I want to have like some extra spending money for the trip. Definitely stopping at Buc-ee's on the way down and on the way back. Like that's a non-negotiable. But I also kind of like, I wanted to buy something while I was down there because I'm going to like MagicCon and I was hoping to like buy something kind of pricey down there.
Okay.
Which honestly, right where I'm at right now is not a good idea, but I'm probably going to figure out a way to make it happen anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll just deal with whatever the consequences are after the fact. Because I'm the type of person that like, even though like I have money in various avenues, I don't like touching it. I like acting like it doesn't exist.
Yeah. So
it's like theoretically I can move some shit around and make something happen if I really want to. I just a lot of times, like I said, I'm extra cautious, but it's my 40th birthday, so fuck it. Maybe I'll check out the landscape, see what my options are, and if I make that decision, I'll make it work in the moment.
Nice.
But so yeah, like we walked around the coin show, and my dad like bought some old coin off somebody at a booth for like he talked him down to like $25. This is what I picked up from my dad watching him work. He is a master of the polite haggle.
Okay.
Oh, Jalen Waddle, fuck you. Sorry, I have Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team. I also bet on the Bills money line in my parlay, so this was double infuriating. Anyway, so like I was watching my dad talk to these people. I'm like, I don't know like shit about like vintage coins or whatever. Like I've been learning about gold and silver, and I've started to learn about various bullion coins, but like I don't know a ton of shit about like old war nickels and old half dollars. And as we're walking into the coin show, my dad explained to me what the term pre 33 gold meant. Like, so it's like, I'm like, now that once he explained it, I was like, oh, okay, I understand. I've heard about that. Pre 33 gold, for those that don't understand, is in 1933, the United States confiscated gold from everybody. And so the gold coins that like were from that era, like, are considered pre 33 because they made it unconfiscated.
Okay.
Like people hid them or they were still around or whatever. So they're gold, but they're also like valuable collector pieces because they made it through a time when shit was taken away from people.
No, I thought it was going to be like God, what is it? It's pre-something steel, which is steel that was made before nuclear weapons were invented. Because everything after that will have some sort of nuclear radiation in it, just because the way that works. And apparently, that type of steel is some sort of valuable as well. So I figured gold was the same thing, but no, that's interesting. It's unconfiscated gold has a little bit of a historical bent to it. That's dope.
Yeah,
I dig that. I think your pop does that. Like has a bit of a history buff in him. In addition to it's valuable and he can take care of business with it eventually and so forth. But also he seems to enjoy the history of the products, and I dig that.
Yeah. So like the first booth we went to, he bought an old, I want to say it was a quarter, like a Liberty quarter or something. It was like really old. And he talked the guy down from like 30 to 25 or whatever. He said he just wanted it. Like it wasn't like he was buying it for like an investment or anything. He just wanted to have one.
Yeah.
And then we ended up going down into a booth like further down the row. And we ended up at this booth where this guy's like, you could tell he was a salesman.
Yeah.
And my dad ended up buying an old silver note off of him that was like miscut. So it was kind of like had that like unique factor to it where it was in good shape, and because it was a miscut, like it had some uniqueness to it. And that's the guy who like we were ended up in conversation with, who kind of dropped like the white racism. To the old look around, make sure, and then he's like, man, these people who, well, and I was just like, hey, no. And then so that after, like, once we got out of that conversation, me and my dad were both like, all right, sir, you have a good day. Let's get the fuck out of here. So then, like, we went further down the row, and we ended up at the end, and there was, like, a table that was kind of like the end cap table.
Yeah.
And they had, like, a little, like, $8 butt bin with, like, it was, like, 1920s quarters or something.
Yeah.
And my dad, like, they were $8 a piece, which is already, I guess, like kind of like a good price for those. And like my dad didn't want to break another fucking bill, so he was trying to haggle this old man from $32 down to $30. And the old man is sitting there, and he's like, "What I make him what $7.50?" And they're just like they're having this conversation, arguing, not really arguing, but like the old man's trying to debate the merit of lowering this by $2. And I'm like, all right, I can't take this anymore. So I just reached to my wallet and I was like, here's the $2. Pick out your 4 fucking quarters. Like you're blowing this old man's mind. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
So I've only seen a silver certificate once in my life, and I love at this point in time, this when dollars definitely look more like old school dollars. Yeah. And so I love that they had that color right there. It was like, yo, that's the craziest blue I've ever seen in my life. And they just, and now of course, we got nuclear radiated, what money look like nowadays. It's monopoly money nowadays. Mm-hmm. So I think I would understand why silver certificates would have a level of dopeness so that people would really appreciate. Because like once upon a time, our money was not that colorful. And so I think that's pretty dope that your papa snagged one of those.
It had the look of like what I would imagine like Monopoly money would like. It kind of has like where it has this like huey green about it, and then I think the one he got was red on the back.
Probably, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, that's just here. I actually can pull you up one right now. Give me a second. I could have just kept the screen share, and I'll show you. Boom, boom, boom. like this $2 one. That's the particular red they had for those particular certificates at the 20 time. It's probably not that one, but
yeah, like I'm not seeing the back of the one that my dad got, or at least the one that's jogging my memory.
yeah,
But I feel like it was black, and it also could be too, because like I said, it was miscut. So like the one margin was kind of like off center or whatever and shit, and then the one side was elongated. So it was, but it looked cool. You know,
yeah.
I don't quite know much about them. Yeah, that one right there where it says PMG. I think like I saw a bunch of those in a YouTube video the other day. I guess like they grade money, kind of like people grade comic books and shit.
Gotta be that's just something people have to be doing everywhere, right?
Well, I mean, what I meant was that company does grade money, is what I meant.
Yeah, yeah, that's real pretty.
Oh, that says Hawaii on the back.
Yeah, and then like if I could get one of these, that'd be sick. I'd like one of those just cause it just looks dope.
I feel weird about it though. Like that to me, that feels more racist than Chief Wahoo. But
well, that's a visage. You know what I'm saying? That's artistic in a way that is not racist, and it is their country. They should be on the money. That's who should be on the money. There's a whole bunch of that you can kind of peep the vibe here. What we had going on in silver certificates, like I said, I find them fascinating. They had money. Our money don't look this cool no more.
This kind of like reminds me of the shit you got up in Canada.
Yeah, it's so swagged out, man.
This is kind of like more like what I remember. Like not the front. The front looked more like a dollar bill, but like this back here with these like wide white border, like the margins and stuff on the side. That's more of like what the back of that one looked like that my dad got. Oh yeah, like that.
Dude, that's like, gorgeous.
Yeah, that feels like Confederate money right there.
Oh my god! Look at this dude! Look at this dude's chops.
Like, who the fuck is that?
Great question. William Wyndham, and I don't know what he did in this great nation to get a spot on some money, but apparently he did something. Bro, the bread is wild. Look at this Darwin looking motherfucker right here.
The front of that feels like some God of War shit.
That is some wild Grecian shit. Oh, look at
Kratos, his wife and his second wife.
Yeah, same thing here. That's got a very God of War-esque vibe to it.
It's like, who the fuck was designing this shit?
Dude, but it's not even that. Think of how they had to, how they print this, they have to make these plates and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, God, the plates themselves are probably just what's really worth it. Like, they're probably just the most intricate, gorgeous things. I love it. Look at this wild ass shit. I assume it's Ben Franklin, but that don't mean I'm right.
No, it says Robert Morris.
Oh shit. I do see that. I wonder who he is. Where to you, Mr. Morris?
Got like that like white, like oily fucking slick back hair.
What the fuck is that? Stephen Decatur. Sorry, y'all. We're down the rabbit hole now.
See, if you would have told me that was Napoleon, I would have been like, "Oh, you're right."
Oh, I thought it was first. I was like, "Why would we have Napoleon on our dough?" That's why I was like, "Wait a minute." He was just that was just my man Swag. I love this. See, that's some old. Oh, James Monroe is who that gentleman is. This is one y'all probably should watch if y'all just want to see us scrolling through silver certificates over on Wikipedia. or if you just are listening to the audio version, head over to Wikipedia, check out silver certificate, and just scroll through all 50 images they have available over there. Look at this fly shit, $1,000 bill.
Man, you could have probably bought a mansion with that one back in the day.
Oh, folks, shizzle, if you had one of those, that's crazy bread. That blue is so, like I said, it's something about it. That's a very particular shade of blue.
I think that's kind of like what my dad got.
Okay.
Because like the one he had like the Washington front.
Yeah.
Like that. But then like it was kind of like that kind of basic bitch back with the square and everything.
Yeah.
But I remember there being red ink on it, so it's some variation of that.
Yeah. You showed me there are. There's so many of them that I'm trying to see if I can come up on one with a little red on. Like I said, the red front, but that gold right there's crazy. That's 35. All right, that's all 50 of them, y'all.
Yeah, so
after you escape the racist, go on.
My dad ran into the quarter booth. Now, the one thing though that came up at the racist booth, the conversation was because the guy was asking us if we lived in the area.
Okay.
And he said that he used to live literally like a mile from my house by this convenience store on Ridge Road.
Okay.
That it was called Tal's. It was like a corned beef. It was a convenience store that sold corned beef sandwiches. He said he used to live on the street over there. And then he was talking about people who bought the store later, and that's when the racism came in. But we were talking about corned beef sandwiches, and he's like talking about how good Joe's Deli in Rocky River is. And my dad actually had texted me about that place like a couple weeks ago to talk about how he wanted to go there. So then like we continued on. My dad got like the 4 quarters off the old man. And then we ended up in the middle row, and my dad ended up buying a gram of gold off of this older couple.
Man, gram does not usually end with gold. It's like a gram of blow, gram of weed, but a gram of gold. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And so then like we get to the end of the road. At this point, I hadn't bought anything.
Yeah.
I had taken out $250 just in case like I wanted to grab something. But like I was trying to take it all in because like I'd never been in one of these and I wanted to walk around and see what everything was. Yeah. And then at this point, my dad wanted to tap out. 1, because he was like burning through his roll, like he was almost out of money.
Yeah.
And 2, he said his leg was bothering him so much that he couldn't like physically go down the last row. So he took off for the car, and I walked the last row. And at that point, it was kind of dead because like that last row, a lot of the booths you could tell had already left for the day.
Okay.
So it was kind of sparse over there. And so the booth that he bought the gram of gold from, they had another one. Like they're called like PAMPs, like PAMP. They're a Swiss company, and they I can tell you what the thing is, what because I marked it in my catalog. Oops. It is a 1 gram gold bar. Pamp Lady Fortuna VERI Veriscan in ASSAY.
Give me a second here. I already got it pulled up so you, the viewer, can kind of peep out what a PAMP checks out.
Yeah, so like
those are
the first one
gorgeous.
in the left corner. That's what my dad got. It's like literally was still in the package, and they had 2 of them. So like when I came around, I was like, you know what, I'll buy the other one. So I went over there and I bought it. I have like a couple grams of gold laying around. Nobody robbed me, but they're all like Lucy's, like the one kind of like to the right of the picture you're looking at, where they're kind of like that brand, or there's a couple other different brands, but they're just little tiny squares of gold. Like they look like almost like a tiny little wafer.
I love that some people have been like, I'll make that bitch to a necklace because it's real gold. So why wouldn't you rock that bitch's necklace?
I've seen stuff like that, like Mexican rings where they used gold pesos as like the centerpiece and stuff. I've seen people make them into necklaces and shit.
Oh, that's a little bitty guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The grams of gold aren't very big because it takes 31 grams of gold to make 1 ounce.
Yeah.
So like you need 31 of those little specks to make one ounce of gold.
For a loose 1 gram PAMP I had laying around. Oh my gosh. Also, I didn't realize there was an r/gold. Why would there not be? That's probably a fun little subreddit to be in because it's probably both jewelry, people, like your pop will, investment
I'm
gold.
I'm in that one. I'm in silver.
Yeah.
I'm in one called like Silver Bugs. Like I'm in a few of those. I got into those last couple months just reading stuff. Like I was reading, I was looking up reviews for like bullion websites and a couple other random ass questions and shit, just seeing what people were saying.
I love it. Probably TikTok. It's almost always TikTok is teaching, putting me on the game of that. Some scientists on there was saying how gold is so wildly rare on our planet. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like diamonds, which are just everywhere. Diamonds are pretty much just filth. It's just De Beers keeps everything kind of locked down. So we've been made to believe diamonds are much more rare than they are and much more valuable than they are. Like they literally make sauce for diamonds, people. It's like but gold is actually, you know what I'm saying, rare and very and it's why it has such a value. And it's just dope. I love the way it looks. It's beautiful, man. So all these things, they seem to say 0.99 pure. So does that mean you have 24 karat gold, or does that mean you have 14 or 18 or whatever?
24.
Okay.
That was one of the things I learned from a YouTube video the other day about this guy he owns a pawn shop down in like Florida, and someone brought some like jewelry in or whatever, and he has like some gun that like measures the quality of metals and shit. It's weird. Like it almost looks like he puts like an X-ray gun on the item, and then there's a digital screen, and it tells him how much of each alloy is like in the item that he's scanning or whatever. So he's able to like break down like the purity of like the gold bracelets and shit like that. And so someone will come in and like, oh, that the person told me this was like 14 karat gold, and they stamped it 14, and then he like scans it and it's like 12 karat or whatever. So those people are getting fucked, like people aren't walking around with fucking metal scanners or whatever. So it's like they just believe whatever the jeweler says. But like a 14 karat gold like necklace or whatever is just like normal metal, like random ass metal with like gold drizzled on top of it. They can tell you it's 14 karat, and if you don't measure it, like you're just at their mercy.
Yeah. So again, on TikTok, I saw this I guess guy who owns a shop, and he was like, somebody came in and brought him a pretty fat square of gold, and he was like, only way I know if I'm going to know what's up with this is for me to go ahead and melt it down. So he melts it down, pours it out, pours into a more of a rectangular shape, because it's literally a square, if you will, and then he pours it out to a rectangle, and measures it whatever he measures for, and I think he said it was 18 karat gold, and it ended up being like, it was worth, when it was all said and done, it was worth like $29,000. So that's what, you know what I'm saying? And so it was a lot of gold, or not a lot of gold, if you will, for whatever, but that they had brought him. And because of that, it was 18 carats of whatever. And I was like, that's kind of dope that he had to do it. And people were like, you should have waited before you melted it, because whatever. And he's like, no, the losses from the melting are negligible. It's not going to change. Like, I guess he's not going to be missing grams of gold, as it were, from the brick getting melted down and then measured again. But I was like, that's cool. But then this guy, you tell me he has a whole, phaser that he can check the metals with. And that's pretty great that even exists. I don't know, man. This is one of those things I find very fascinating that your father, and now slowly but surely you have gotten into, because it's just neat. I'm one of those guys. I like, history and things like of that nature, and precious metals, of this ilk. Gold and platinum, silver, those kind of things are pretty neat to me, Mm-hmm. So gold is what is it, like 3 grams of $3,000 an ounce or something like that, whatever it is right now. How much is gold going?
It's pushing 4.
Yeah, gold.
It's at its all-time high. Like it broke $3,700 the other day. It's dropped back a little bit. Yeah, but a lot of it is because, like, I don't want to sound like my dad or whatever, but it's because the financial system in the United States is basically like a powder keg that is ready to blow at any time, because they just keep pumping more paper money, like fake money, into the system to try and cover up things. And the rest of the world is getting tired of like getting caught holding our bag. And so like that's why all this shit's going on with like Russia and China and all them, like basically trying to circumvent our economy. And inflation's been fucking astronomical. Like the standard for money in the world throughout history has been gold and silver. Yeah. Fiat currencies, which is just paper currencies, fail every time. Like they always eventually fall.
Yeah.
So, gold and silver is a way to like kind of hedge against that.
Yeah. Yeah. We shall see where it all goes, because what it should be is none of us should need money, because there's plenty of stuff to go around. But that's not how people want it. People are like, I
People
want to be
just
able to
need
make money.
some sort of thing to barter with that's universal for everybody. And, right, obviously in this country right now, it's like people use paper dollars. But if they just keep creating paper dollars, like the value of the exchange stuff just continues to get diluted to where there's less and less and less value and everything.
Yep. People sleep on the fact that you can get, like, basically, imagine if you will, basically it's like 100 pesos per dollar. You know what I'm saying? That's basically how the exchange works. Meaning the peso ain't worth shit. That's pretty much where the dollar is headed.
Yep.
Just be real with that. Brazil had to start their whole currency over a few years back. Whatever they old money that they had going, they stopped using it altogether, got rid of it, and began a whole new system. So it's just it goes down like that sometimes. But also it means if it can go down like that, and it can go down like that relatively easily, then but it is the very wealthy that is like, no, man, I want to keep this system in place because it seems that I'm at the top of it. But that can't be the case always, now can it? But that's cool. So you got yourself a little extra gram of gold to add to the old collection there. Is a Barbie gold bullion? There's a Barbie pant box. I'm sure you probably come across it in your travels on these internets. That's crazy.
Yeah, they make. That's the thing. They make like collectible coins and shit. Like back in the day, they'd be like releasing shit for like the Olympics and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
There's stuff like that. Like there's a Venom silver coin floating around.
How have you not found that?
I've seen it, but the thing about it though is they charge like such a fucking markup. Like an ounce of silver right now is like a little under $42 an ounce. I think it was like $41.90 something last I looked. Actually, I could tell you in 1 second. It's $41.97 is like what an ounce of silver costs right now. But if I wanted like a silver coin that had Venom etched on it, they're probably going to charge me like $55 or some shit like that. Like the markup on that stuff. Like if I wanted to just have one to have, then like, yeah, I could pay the premium on that or whatever. But if I wanted it for its actual metal content, then it's not a good deal whatsoever. But that's how they get you is they think people are going to be like, oh man, I got to get the Venom coin, or the fucking Optimus Prime coin or the Harry Potter coin. Like these things exist.
Optimus Prime, you say?
Yeah, I think there is an Optimus Prime one. I've seen like Hot Wheels. I've seen Harry Potter.
Oh, bro, from Sideshow? Is that the one you're talking about? There's also going to be a Canadian one.
Check out this one.
Oh my God, these are gorgeous. Yeah, we're here. We're just I'm just gonna pull the page up, people, to keep sharing the screen with you.
2024 Transformers 40th Anniversary Optimus Prime 3-ounce silver coin by Agoro Mintage of 1984.
Check out these various options that I've come across. You got this guy. It's pretty fucking sick. That one's okay. Have no real whatever. It glows in the dark. That's kind of kick ass.
I saw a Superman one that Canada did recently. It was like on sale, but it wasn't really on sale.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That's I don't know what MU is. I don't understand that. A lot of nations on this planet, y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, this that 84 one is really gorgeous. That's actually some.
Yeah, and see, it says 1 ounce 999 fine silver, so that's pure silver.
Let's just take a look. Oh no, that's from. I don't want their information.
Oh, it's from the New Zealand Mint.
Nice. Jump back over here. Let me go to Sideshow. Once again, it's from the New Zealand Mint, but let's see if these are individuals actually selling this bad boy.
Sold out. $100.
$100. And
So,
that is
like I said, that the actual
twice as much.
content of that coin is like, we'll say $42.
Yeah,
Because they slapped Optimus Prime on that bitch and put it in a fancy box. They want $100.
that's crazy. Fair enough. Look what
Limited
you
edition, 3,000 minted.
look what you just learned, people. I collect records. So other people collect fine Optimus Prime based 1 ounce coins. So you have options here, people. You have options. So, oh my gosh.
So, to finish up this story, so when we were approaching the end of that second row where my dad was tapping out,
Yeah.
he turns to me and he goes, "You hungry?" And I'm like, "You want to go to Joe's Deli, don't you?" He's like, "Well, if you want to, I'd go." And I'm like, "Yes, we can go to Joe's Deli. I will drive you there." So, yeah, I drove my dad to Joe's Deli. I'd never been there before myself.
I don't appreciate it.
You don't like it? There's like some racist thing going on there or something that I'm unaware of?
Yes, but that's not why I don't like it. Went there one time. Me and Vanessa went there, and once upon a time, it didn't used to be that big corner. It used to be way smaller.
It was. I did like the location, like nice views and everything.
Yeah. So right there, where it takes up that full corner of Hilliard there, and what is that? Wager? No. What is the name of that street? I know it starts with a W, but I can't tell you what it is. Anyway, yeah, right there in that corner, right there. So me and Vanessa went in there at some point, and they had, as described on the menu, maybe we just misread the menu, but both of us misread the menu would be weird, right? One of us, possible. Both of us, I don't know. Basically, they described a Thanksgiving sandwich, which made me think, that episode of Friends where, I'm saying, the like Ross has the Thanksgiving sandwich that Monica hooks him up with. And I was like, yo, that's going to be fire. Let me get that. Turns out it's just an open face sandwich. They literally threw all the toppings on top of a slice of bread. I'm like, bitch, just put me another piece of bread on that motherfucking sandwich. Don't give me this open face bullshit. And it's just like I said, I don't know. I feel like both of us misreading it seems quite possible, bloody likely, in fact. But it just seems like one of us should have picked up on the fact that it was open face, and I don't think it was clarified enough in their menu at the point in time. As for their racism, they're just Trumpers, and I don't know if they're racist, but you kind of. But we allow for it. But I'm glad you went. What'd you get?
I got their Reuben, and then my dad got their pastrami.
Okay.
I ate half my sandwich, my dad ate half of his, and then he proposed to swap. And I was like, all right, well, yeah, since we've never been here before, I'll swap. So we swapped the second half of each of our sandwiches to each other.
Yeah.
And it was good, but I liked mine better.
Yeah.
And then when we left there, my dad wanted to drive back through the metro parks.
Oh, yeah.
So I just freestyled through the Rocky River Reserve and eventually took him home. And then he's like, oh, are you coming in? I'm like, no, I'm going home. And I went home and I took a nap, and then I played Call of Duty.
That's what's up. Well, there you go, people. That was your story time with Lunchbox. A great story. I love it, man. I love hearing stories from. It's why he has a segment called Story Time with Lunchbox. I love hearing him regale us with tales from his life because it's always a good time to be had, y'all.
What's funny too is I wasn't even sure what I was going to talk about until we were halfway through the news.
I love that. I love that even more. Which basically means my man is an improvisational genius. You should be doing improv somewhere on somebody's team, cracking fun jokes. Shit.
Problem is, it would be good until I said something inadvertently bad, and then that my career went down the shitter after that.
It's just not in you.
Because it's like I'd spend too much time trying to chase the laugh.
Fact. That's what it would be. Chasing the laugh. So that's exactly what this show's always been. Let me hit you with a little tea time. I'll give you a little couple of some info about some tales from my tale. So here we go. still appreciate that I managed to pull that together. Speaking of the metro parks, Vanessa has been recently getting back to being properly treated for her rheumatoid arthritis, meaning she has been in way far less pain. And so we were at the metro parks recently over there. Hogsback is the hill we were at, and we're just kind of strolling about over there because she is feeling back up the fighting shape, and that's good. And so we out there walking around in the woods the other day, and I don't know. I just want to show some love to one, the metro parks in this neck of the woods. Well, okay, are normally under almost all auspices a great place to hang out, but then recently some lady got attacked there running, and that sucks. And of course, somebody got murdered. A couple got murdered there some years ago. They still ain't found who did it, which just makes me think it was a cop who did it. Because come on, but it's just like was dope to be able to get out there, and I'm just happy with that she's feeling better and getting healthier. You know what I'm saying? I feel like rheumatoid arthritis is not the way you should be describing that disorder, because it makes people think, oh, I have arthritis. I understand that, and it's simply not that. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disorder that is literally slowly but surely eating away at your bones and joints. It's terrible. It means her immune system attacks her body, and it sucks is what it does. And so I think people hear arthritis and they have an idea of, oh man, my knee aches from time to time. It's like, it's not that. It's way worse than that. And because we called it that forever ago, some doctor called it rheumatoid arthritis. We just stuck with it, and I think people think they know more than they do about that particular disorder. But I'm glad she's feeling better and getting healthier and getting out here and moving. And we've been walking more and stuff together, and that's great. And she's dropped a few pounds. I hadn't weighed myself. I don't know if I have, but she certainly has, and I'm proud of her for that as well. So respect due to my lady for feeling better, and to finding a proper rheumatologist to help treat her and help get her right. And I dig that. I want to talk about this on the birthday episode because I found it to be hilarious. Not super haha, but just like, man, that's wild. Let me get this unlocked here. I'm going to read you everyone who offered me some birthday something or other and how much they offered. IKEA would give me $10 off a purchase of $10 or more. Not bad. Okay, that means that IKEA was basically going to slap me a little something for $10. Qdoba, of which there are two around here currently, but Qdoba be hitting. They would slip me free queso and chips. AMC, which I have not been to in years at this point. I only go to the Phoenix, and even before then, I only went to when it was the Regal. I only went there. I have not been to an AMC theater in a mighty long time. Free large popcorn. Not bad. Therapy Cannabis, a store I've been to multiple times, but I've only shopped at like twice. But they do, of course, have my email. 30% off my next order. Now, what's weird about that one is they keep sending me this email. Not once, not twice, not thrice, probably half a dozen times at this point. It's well past my birthday now. Stop sending me this email. It's like, I'm good, baby. I'm good. Nintendo. Let's see if I can show y'all this. Sent me a pretty sweet little happy birthday card kind of deal. But also, they gave me 300 My Nintendo Platinum points. Mind you, you can use that for collectibles, digital collectibles, but also physical collectibles. So that's pretty decent. They also gave me a 15% coupon off of merchandise. See, I was hoping it was for games. It is not. It's for merch. But 15% off is pretty good. That's taxes and then some. So I'm with that. So respect due to them for that. Nintendo Japan sent to a different account because I have a Japanese account on my Switch. Also sent me a sweet little birthday card. Theirs was way cooler. No disrespect Nintendo America. I'm just saying. Therapy Cannabis. I'm telling you, man, I've been trying to keep them just because like it's hilarious. They keep sending me just these emails. But so Vanessa and her sister have gotten hip to signed up. Their birthdays is both in January, so they sign up, which is about for everybody. And then they just go and they make the rounds. They go everywhere. Red Robin used to. I don't know if they still do. You get a full burger. All you had to do is, I think you had to buy either buy the fries or buy the soda or something like that. But you get a full whatever burger you want. That's you got that for free in Red Robin at your birthday. And then where else were they hitting up? I don't know. There's a lot of people. My point being, sign up for the birthday thing. You're gonna find you some deals or something that makes you say that's worth me getting a. Krispy Kreme used to give you a whole dozen donuts on your birthday. I don't believe they do anymore. I think it's down to like 3, and it might be down to 1. But for once upon a time, you could have got a whole dozen glaze just because your parents fucked at one point, and or whatever happened to bring you precedence of this life. So I think that's pretty wild. I don't know. That's just fun. I've had a good. I know as we near celebrating boxes, the next big milestone. I have begun researching what I want to do because I didn't do 50 big because just like I said, 50 was the year my kid was graduating and so forth. A lot of stuff happened in 50 that I was just like, my focus was just not on myself. But me and Vanessa was talking, we was like, what about the 5, like 45 and 55? I'm like, yeah, that could be fun. So our hope, will it happen? Doubt it. I don't want to say doubt it. Maybe. Is to go to Japan. So I've been kind of researching what that involves. And so I immediately found a place that's like basically like, you can come here and kick it in Japan. We'll give you 3 days in Tokyo, 3 days, 2 days in Kyoto, and so forth and so on, all for $2,500. And I was like, that ain't bad. But then I was like, wait a minute, what am I missing here? Air travel is what I'm missing there. That's just hotels and travel within Japan that would have been covered for that amount of money, which is not bad. I'm still like, that ain't terrible. So I was like, man, how much do it cost to fucking fly to Japan? The first place I looked up was just United. I just went and looked at United. A United flight to Japan, round trip for both of us, 10 stacks.
Damn.
Never gonna happen. But then I went and poked around. I was like, wait a minute, let's ask the question a different way. Because that's me going straight to United's website, putting in here to Tokyo and see how much it costs. But, Google has Google Flights, whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? You can go check out how much, whatever it costs. So then I go into Google Flights and I'm like, okay, same difference basically. Here to here on these days, just give me an idea. And in this case, it is here to Pearson up in Toronto to Tokyo, or it's got to be that way, right? We got to, if you were flying, which way would you go? And if you
I think you'd go west because, I went to Hawaii and I imagine, the Japan-Hawaii tourism is
huge. It's a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was there were a lot of Japanese tourists. So I imagine that you would go west to go to Japan.
Yeah, same. That's how the math in my head. I'm like, I feel like going the other way seems like a way long
I feel like
trip.
this day and age, too, if you went the other way, you'd probably get shot down before you ever got there.
That can't be a thing. We don't have that many, because we have so many flights getting shot down, and we simply don't have that problem. So, possible. I'm not saying, just not bloody likely. And so then I looked at it.
That could change in 5 years.
Full show. And then that ends up being more in the $5,000 range for 2 adults, round trip, so forth and so on. In economy, but economy international, everybody seems to think is pretty much business class domestically. So they give you a decent seat and decent plugs and all the good shit like that there, and they feed you pretty well.
I've also read that you get charged different prices based on your location. So some people use VPN to other areas to run the searches because the prices end up being different. That's
crazy. What is there a recommendation as to what who's getting the best prices?
I have no idea. You'd have to look into that.
That's good.
I know you're a VPNer, so
yeah,
you could look into that and see what's available.
That's
what the travel people recommend.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? And I'm probably gonna just end up digging around on Reddit and seeing what they say about that. But that's one of those places look. The places I kind of always want to go. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Ireland. I have no real super let's go to London. But if I got to London, Because if I go to Paris, I'm right there. It's literally right. It's a train ride away, so it's right there. So
I never thought about Ireland until recently. Like I've seeing stuff about like the hills and all that. But then like I follow this one dude on Instagram, Garen Music, and he's an Irish dude who just does like funny video rants and shit. And I'm like, he kind of makes me want to visit Ireland.
I follow. There used to be a channel called Facts, and then whatever happened with that company, they fired everybody and they stopped doing Facts videos. And so the people who used to work there started their own company and they called the Try Channel. And they've been around for like 5-6 years now.
I used to watch them. I mean, they just the row of Irish people that like try American candies and alcohols and all that kind of shit. Yeah, I watched them during COVID.
Yep, love those guys still. They're super fun and so watching them all these years from Facts now to Try has put me in like I would love to go to Dublin and just kind of kick it over there. And so same thing, just a social media person that's put you on like thinking that. It seemed like a vibe over there. And so I would love to go kick it in Dublin and just get an idea of Ireland. I don't have any Irish in me that I'm aware of. You know how it goes down, bro. But I'm never going to do one of these damn 23andMe's because that just seems dangerous. Because that's how they get you. But that's just one of the places I'm like, yeah, I'd love to go there. But Japan has always been like just top of the list. I want to go there. That is the place that I want to go to. And of course, I want to go to Kyoto because Kyoto is where Nintendo was headquartered, and I'm that kind of Nintendo guy. And so I just would love to go kick it and walk around and go drink sake, eat a little bit of sushi, and just bullshit around in Tokyo and Kyoto for a little bit and just come on home and be like, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Tick it off the list. So that's kind of what that is. And so we have been talking about it since like God, early in our time together as a couple. We were talking about how Japan would be a dope visit because I don't know, it's just we're gamers and anime and manga dorks, and so we think that of course looks all fucking cool and shit, even though it might, who knows. Although everybody seems to say black folk get wild love in Japan, so that's kind of cool. They say
I've seen like the video I've floats around on Instagram from time to time where it's like the black dude's walking down the street in Japan and the little Japanese girl walks up to him and she's like, I fry rice, you fry chicken, you very beautiful, and like all that.
That's why.
Yeah, he's like, that's kind of racist.
I don't know if it's racist.
But she's just trying to flirt with him, you know?
Yeah. I don't think that's actually racism. You know it. He might have felt a little off about it, but I don't think that was racist. Because especially in that situation, and because we have a storied history of course, basically taking over Japan, or at least a good chunk of it after World War II, and a lot of black GIs did bring their mama's chicken recipes over there. It's how Korean fried chicken became a thing after the Korean War. So
I found it.
I like chocolate.
I did see that one.
Yeah.
You say this because I'm black?
Yeah. Me rice, your chicken. Perfect. I like chocolate.
I like chocolate. love that for everybody involved. I like that. I like that she had that in her. Was like, hold on. Let me go approach this dude. Let me slide up on him. What I am told is where you should avoid as a black person is Italy. Apparently, they just wildly racist, and you do not want to go bang with them, which is crazy to me because, well, you know what? The Vatican is its own thing. It is its own nation. Clips just performed at the Vatican, first hip hop rap group to ever do that. It's in St. Peter's Basilica, or you know what I'm saying. So it's crazy that can go down like that. And I'm like, man, that's. But also, like I said, people regularly all across social media is like, do not go to Italy. They are shitty. But also, I have no desire to go to Italy because it was never on the list. Maybe Greece. Maybe. Let me tell you, man. I was watching a TikTok today, and I sent it to the TikTok group that I know you rarely check it, but it's there. And somebody was at Steve's Gyros at the West Side Market, and I was like, I might have to buy me one of them motherfuckers. You know your mans don't eat red meat, but that bitch look good as fuck, bro. Steve's is classic. Everybody knows that's where you go to go get you a gyro in this city. Just is. People know that. It's the line is always wrapped around the stand. Has been for years. It's up to $17. What used to be, yeah, once upon a time, probably was $5 if I recall correctly. Yeah, $5-10. But they still doing it. They still giving you all of it. Like he was like, I can't even find the pita. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying he was like, that's crazy. It was so much meat. And I was like, I haven't had I hadn't eaten red meat since '95. And mind you, in my life, in between since '95 to now, I've had a McDonald's cheeseburger. I had a bite of Vanessa's steak at what's the fancy one we go to at Avon.
Strip. I'm actually going there for my birthday in 2 weeks.
Sick, love that for you. Yeah, and so I've had I did not like it. Steak is just not anything for your man. It does nothing for me. But my mind, as I sat here watching that, I could smell it and taste gyro meat, and I was like, man, it ain't the same. Chicken gyros ain't the same as that, off the spit fucking gyro meat, man. So your man's just like, I'm not saying I'm about to go get one, but I'm not saying I'm not. Life is short, man. 50 fucking years old. Every now and again, maybe a gyro is okay to have, just a gyro, just one. Just thinking about
some place I've just opened up in like North Olmsted. One of those like, hey friends videos popped up into my Instagram feed the other day, and I fucking hate listening to that lady talk. Because it always feels so disingenuous. Like, we always recommend, like, you always recommend this item from this place that just opened that you only went to the one fucking time. Really?
Oh my God, you wow. But I hear you. I do like, I don't know, I like her little sing-songy voice. That little, hey friends, so forth and so on. We're at this place. But the one place I went to that she recommended, okay, the people there, the employees, outstanding. The food, mediocre. There's a chicken spot over here on Clifton. God, where can I tell you where that? You know where Lucky's at over there on Clifton?
Yeah.
All right, and there's a whole little section of stores right here.
It's like the Chipotle and stuff.
Yeah, no. So if you go one down from there, one east of there, to that set of facilities, in there somewhere is a chicken restaurant. They do strips, tenders basically, and macaroni and cheese and so forth and so on. And the macaroni and cheese is just mid as fuck.
It's
the
like
chicken was
mad chicken or something like that.
Yeah. And the chicken was just mid and not very good. But it was like we were there probably in their first 2 weeks of operations. So who knows? I gotta stop saying fuck a place after only going there once, especially early in their operations, because maybe they just weren't the well-oiled machine that they need to be. And so I might need to revisit them.
Sometimes you catch people on like a bad day.
An off day? Yeah. So
like I'm willing to give a place a couple chances before I'm just like, all right, I've had enough. In most cases, like if the food's all right and the service is bad,
yeah,
I'll give them another shot. But if it's like bad service and bad food, that's a maybe never again.
Yeah. I don't go to Popeyes because Popeyes service is so bad. And it's Popeyes. I love Popeyes. Popeyes is, look, I know it seems weird to say, but Popeyes is probably one of the best fast foods in this country.
I just don't understand why there aren't more locations.
Yeah, because there's basically that one in North Olmsted, the one over here on, what is that, Lorraine in like 150th. And there's one on the east side, kind of over by the clinic.
Yeah.
And then there's one in Euclid. There's one in Euclid, like on Euclid, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Is that in
but there's like fucking Arby's and Taco Bell and McDonald's and shit like all over the place.
Yeah.
Fuck, I could probably name more Rallies than I can Popeyes.
Yeah. We need more Popeyes, y'all. That's a factual statement. We're losing our recipes, and they got this
our recipe.
They got this hot ones menu, and all of it looks good. I'd like to try all of those items, and I was just like, come on, man.
We losing our recipe.
Oh my gosh! But Let's see. I think we've gone. Have we checked down all that needs to be checked down? I think so. I'm saying that's your tea time this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I will hopefully have another tale to tell you. I don't even know if we're recording next week. Like I said, Box won't even be here. If I'm recording next week, it means I'm going to have to do it with a guest, and we'll see what I can do. I am able to pull guests out of my hat at this point, so it's possible. But each week we attempt to head on over to the mean streets of Reddit, dig down deeper to the subreddit. Am I the asshole? And we decide if somebody is or is not the asshole. I have a selection for you this week, and we're going to enjoy them here shortly. But let's do this first. Here is your selection. I find this one fascinating just because the title is so poorly written, and I'm like, what is happening here? Am I the asshole? Partners, Christian parents. That's that. There you go. See, there. That's how my mind works. Am I the asshole for not completely changing my kid's life just to accommodate their father?
This feels like the food peanut thing all over again.
And then this one is, am I the asshole? What if that is the food peanut one and I just didn't erase that bitch? So you got some girl right with their funny with child support. Peggy custody. No, I don't think so. We'll figure that one out here shortly. If it's the same one, and then I just didn't erase it out of my my save.
I don't think it is the same one. I'm just saying the topic, the title reminds me of that.
Yeah. And then this one is the one I read the when we recorded here. But we didn't choose this one, and I still think it's a pretty good one. And that is, am I the asshole for buying my niece 2 pairs of glasses and letting her get contacts? Of those 3, to pick me 2.
All right. Well, you want to do the third one, and let's just do the second one because that first one, I don't even know if I have the mental energy to try and decipher the shit off that title.
Fair enough. Here, let's do this glasses one. Here, let me tell Vanessa to do. She's good. She's clear to do this. All right. Sorry, y'all. She wanted to order a Taco Bell and was asking if I was okay with that. And I'm like, fine. Order the goddamn Taco Bell. If you have not tried the new Baja Blast, I think it's Dragon Fruit Baja Blast, get it. Because you know what? It tastes just like Baja Blast.
I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I haven't gotten any of the Baja Blast stuff. Like, I don't usually like bother.
Yeah.
But I did try every item that came back in the 2000s menu or whatever they're calling it.
Were you one of the ones who missed the chili cheese burrito, whatever that shit was?
It hasn't been gone. Like, the Taco Bells around me have it. They've had it this entire time.
Okay.
But so I tried every item on the menu in that particular menu.
Yeah.
And I was unimpressed by like everything, and like only the cool ranch Dorito one was like okay, but like everything else I was just like, man, we were opining over this.
I do miss the caramel apple empanada is my shit, and I wish they just would leave that. Just let that sit. Don't take that.
Like that was the second item that I thought was like okay.
Yeah.
But everything else, like I was just like, you can take this back. I'm good.
I can sign off on that. That's facts. But that's what's cracking with that, y'all. I'm gonna ask her to buy my niece 2 pairs of glasses and letting her get contacts. I have a 12-year-old niece, Haley. Haley lives with her dad, stepmom, and 4 younger step siblings, 2 boys, 2 girls. Don't know their ages, but they seem to be between 5 and 10. Her mom passed when she was 3. Haley's dad and stepmom are not well off. They live in a 3-bedroom house, so Haley shares a room with her stepsisters. The kids get 1 pair of shoes, reuse school supplies until they're falling apart, and if their clothes still fit, they don't get new school clothes. I'm doing a lot better, but I refuse to help him with money because if I give him money with the direct instructions to get Haley some decent shoes or a nice jacket, I expect the money to be used on Haley, not split between all 5 kids. He also dislikes me because he blames me for CPS investigating him and his wife for leaving the kids home alone every day. Haley stays with me after school and sleeps over a few nights a week because I won't drop her off if there's not an adult present. And I told her not to get on the bus under any circumstances, so they can't tell her I wanted her to take the bus home that day. Haley and two of her step siblings needed glasses. Nobody was able to take Haley for her eye exam and to get the glasses, so they asked me to take her and gave me $100 with the instructions to get the cheapest pair we can find. I was driving Haley to the eye doctor and she told me she really wanted contacts, but her dad said no. I talked to the receptionist and they were able to get her in for a contact fitting that day. After her contact appointment, we checked out the glasses and she found two pair that she really liked. So I told her to get them both. I took her back after school a few days later and picked up a few boxes of contacts. Her new glasses came in a few days ago and she loves them. But her dad is furious about the glasses. He then found out about the contacts. I guess Haley was keeping them in the backpack and never told him about it. So he told her she gets to keep one pair of glasses and everything else has to stay at my house because he's sick of me and Haley rubbing her stuff in her step siblings' faces. Haley responded by packing most of her stuff and walking to my house. She's now refusing to go home. CPS came for another investigation and was told by the kids that Haley doesn't live there anymore, which is not helping my brother-in-law's case. Now brother-in-law wants me to make Haley come back and stop spoiling her so she won't rub it in her siblings' faces anymore. Her rubbing in their faces means she put both pairs of glasses on her dresser, but it wasn't fair because the other kids could see it. Am I the asshole for getting contacts and two pairs of glasses?
This shit kind of irritates me because, like, this is a guy who's just trying to look out after family, and rather than being appreciative, these parents are being shitty about it. Like, I have siblings all over the place with different parents and everything. There's always a little bit of jealousy, like when someone else would get something that I didn't get or whatever, but like it went both ways. Yeah. I got stuff from my grandmother that like the other people didn't get. Like, you just got to teach the other kids to, like, life's not fair sometimes, and like you should be happy that you got what you get, and you know, be happy for other people. Like, I don't know, it's just trying to diminish someone else to make the group happy. Just, it doesn't feel right, especially when it's a kid.
Yeah. Why should she have less? Because I know it's fucked up to say it. Why should she have less because you can't afford it, but she got people in her life that can afford it?
Yeah, like, you got people willing to help out. Like, what the fuck is the problem?
Yeah. If anything, take advantage of that help being offered because it's going to help you overall.
That, and like, all right, if he was willing to, like, maybe you could have talked to him and he could have helped you with the glasses or whatever, like taking her and all that shit. And then maybe you could have taken that $100 and applied it to like another need for the other kids or something. Like,
exactly.
You know, rising tide raises all ships or whatever the fuck the phrase is.
Exactly. And it's weird that I don't know. It's weird to think that your other kids are suffering because your other kid is doing better. So if anything, that means they're learning that better is possible. And maybe that can make them have goals in life and so forth and so on. And if you play cool, then maybe this guy or girl, I don't know what this relationship is. I don't know what this human being is. I don't think they said.
What they said was their uncle.
I have a 12-year-old niece, Haley. It was just that bad. I didn't say anything. So it's just they have a niece. Could be hot, could be uncle.
They didn't identify themselves.
Yeah. But that if you just play cool, they might be able to. They might be like, "All right, let me put in a little something for your other kids." You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they will, or even if they have to, but it's possible. Just play sweet and be nice. Everybody can be, and we could all just get along, baby. But when you do this bullshit, it's terrible. Oh, I'm her aunt. Thank you. There it is. So somebody else had that concern, so it's right there. So it's just that's wild to me. Here, let's check this out. This is a glow in the dark one. You realize that your brother-in-law and wife are collecting a Social Security survivor benefit check for caring for your niece, right? If she's staying with you, he should not be claiming that check. Oh, all right. I see you. That bitch, that's a glow in the dark comment. That's why I talked about it. So let me scroll down.
That one had snitch energy.
It did have snitch energy for real. Like, hold on, she staying with you and they getting her money? No, fuck that. That is fucked up. But also, don't fuck up a family that's already doing bad. You know what I'm saying? They already down bad. Don't be like, take their money, take more from them.
And like, I mean, based on the story, we're like, nothing's official yet. Like, they're just going like through a rough patch right now. Like, she could end up coming back. Like, you can't shut the water off because like she's like taking refuge for a couple weeks over at this other place.
Yeah. Not the asshole. Sounds like you should file for full custody. Jesus. The OP responds, they won't give it to me willingly, and they're in the middle of a CPS investigation at the moment, so it would make officially getting custody tricky. CPS is aware that she's currently staying with me, and that she was previously sleeping over here 3 to 4 days a week, was here every day after school, and came over most weekends to avoid being home with 4 young children. That's crazy. So, man, that's sad. It's sad. It's just sad all around. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel bad for this father because he on some bullshit, but I feel bad this child lost their mother and their dad just on, I got married again and I made 4 more kids. Jesus Christ, man, put your dick away.
No, I thought that she said it was her step sibling. So that means that the wife was the one shagging around, and then the dad's like, this is good.
Yeah. Those are 4 younger step siblings, 2 boys, 2 girls. I don't know the exact age, between 5 and 10. Her mom passed when she was 3. I'm gonna lay some money on it. He made at least one of them motherfuckers. But no, you're not the asshole for this. It's good that your niece has a person like you in their life to help when the times are rough, and have a place to call home when things ain't great at home otherwise. And they have nice glasses. Also, I really need the world to get hip to the Zenni Optical of the world. If you need glasses, so the great state of Ohio here in 2025 made it so that if you go get your eyes checked, they have to give you a copy of your prescription. Used to be you had to request it, and they weren't always cool with giving it to you because they wanted you to buy glasses from them. But they will hand you now. They are made to give you your prescription. And you can just take that prescription, go put it in at Zenni Optical, and the glasses over there are so cheap. They make them in China. They're going to come over here. I have no idea what tariffs were doing to that, so who knows? But they always have good deals on glasses. I buy my sunglasses from them because I like to have a pair of prescription sunglasses, and they do real quality work. They make quality product for a real good price, and so that $100 could have went real far in a Zenni Optical. That kid could have got 2 pairs of glasses from them. So, saying, don't sleep on that if you are, you know what I'm saying, if your pockets are not large, and you want to kind of stretch your glasses dollar. Zenni Optical is a place not sponsored. I just have had a good time with them in regards to eyewear. So, not the asshole. What's the other one? Oh, here. We're not. Man, these are both family related. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I guess all 3 of them are technically family related. Here's the other one. Am I the asshole for not completely changing my kid's life just to accommodate her father? I, 35 female, was with my ex, Tom, 40 male, for a few years before having our daughter, 10 female. When she was a few weeks old, he moved out and in with some other girl and has rarely been involved. I finally put him on child support a few years ago, and you'd think he was father of the year for paying $300 a month. He never really had custody. I've never kept her from him, but I wasn't looking to go chase him around trying to force him to be involved. Last year, he remarried Peggy, 45, female, and now is asking for more custody. Obviously, I talked to my daughter's therapist and agreed to every other weekend for now. I'm not forcing my kid to change her life just because Tom now wants to play family. The problem is that Tom and Peggy's house is just miserable for my daughter. I'm trying to keep her positive about it, but honestly, they're just not the kind of people or behaviors she's used to. They yell a lot. They don't care about hygiene or keeping a clean house. Nothing CBS would do anything about, but does not meet normal standards, much less mine. And she hates Peggy's kids. They are 5, but 2 are older and on their 2. Okay, there are 5. Jesus Christ, what is people having all these kids for? But 2 are older and on their own, but she has a son, 17, and a daughter, 12, and another son that is my daughter's age. And they're basically feral. Just no supervision over there. Always on their phones, no structure. Oh, and minutes late. Oh, and Peggy is an anti-vaxxer, so there's that whole situation. My daughter plays soccer, and they were 45 minutes late to a game last weekend, and just didn't think it was that big of a deal. She was texting me, freaking out that she'd be late. When I called Tom, he screamed at me for calling. Tom and Peggy also live in the boonies. It's about a 25 to 30-minute drive from my house to theirs. I told him when he started coming around that I had no intention of driving or changing any aspects of our lives to accommodate him, and he promised it wouldn't be a problem. Now here we are, and he's saying we need to set up a meeting point or switch off handovers. I'm already pissed that my daughter needs to be in a car for so long just because Peggy needs to have a lot of property. I told him no way. He was the one that chose to live so far from us. He can do the driving. Finally, his most outrageous request has been to take my kid out of her school. She got into our district's most competitive magnet school, and it's not easy, and we both worked hard for it. Me just filling out forms and setting up meetings. She got in on her own merits. Tom says that his stepkids, that apparently he's adopting, by the way, LOL, are jealous of what my daughter gets to do at school, and he wants to enroll her in public school. Not happening. My daughter has male role models, one who actually cares about her well-being and not just social media clout. Tom can say he'll go to court, but I'll believe that when I see it. He has no gumption, and honestly, I don't. Man, gumption. Who whips that one up? I doubt a judge would side with him anyways. I've always had full custody, have never kept her from him, but need to stick up for my kid. But does that make me the asshole? It's just like the last one. It's like, what is going on with these dads who are just like, I want less for them to have more for these other ones? It's like, no, I'm not going to make my kid change from her dope school because your stepkids are jealous. And are they jealous? Or are you making assumptions? You know what I'm saying? Because envious. Jealousy is a different thing. We got to start using the right terms here. Are they envious? Because I don't think they are. So it's just yeah,
that doesn't seem like the kind of thing that like most kids would give a shit about.
Not a singular solitary fuck. Who cares that you went to the smart school? I don't know. The art school, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when Cleveland had magnet schools, it was kind of like a big deal if you went to aviation. You know, over there by the airport, because like that's kind of like that was the school. Like, oh shit, you got an aviation, but you know that was about it. You know what I'm saying? That was the super of the high schools here, but also you had to be wildly smart and so forth. So I can't call it. But I don't know, man. That's no. You're not an asshole for telling this man who has not been a father for 7 years of this child's 10 years. Just to be like all of a sudden, he found him a new woman who, granted, seems to be like, hey man, you got a kid, be in your kid's life. So tried to get this man right, and I kind of respect that of her, because clearly this dude didn't care beforehand. But also, come on, man. There's no way I could go like this. People dead. Jesus Christ. First thing on Reddit. Stop the visits. Lawyer up. Your daughter isn't happy going there. What are you doing? I don't think it needs to be all of that there. This lady clearly explained, like, I ain't doing a damn thing to change my kid's life for this man. I don't. The whole thing, like this kid plays soccer and them they're gonna be 45 minutes late. Are you joking? Don't do that. Don't be bringing my baby late to games. You know what I'm saying? It's uncool and unnecessary. Take care of my kid. It's wild, man. No. You're not an asshole. You're very in fact it's very wise of you to be like, I'm not flipping the script for you who was not involved. Good on you for paying your damn child support that probably should have been paying and so forth. Let's see what this is. I cannot tell you where this actually, because man, how Reddit goes. Hold on, if I can scroll back up to the top. Okay, so if you go all the way down from stop, lawyer up, way, way, way down further, you'll get this connects back up with that from the OP, and she says, "Yes, I'm going to tell him he can see her outside of the house during the day. She still wants to see him and loves him. She just doesn't like Peggy or her kids because they're oh wow, don't this to me is not cool because they're trashy." And I told her not to call them that. Don't worry. Okay. Well, okay, you corrected them, so that's okay. I validate her, but I'm not going to shit talk my kid's new family with a 10. I'm not going to shit talk my kid's new family with a 10-year-old. Respect. She said she'd just like to go to the zoo or out for dinner with him, just the two of them, or stay at his parents' house, all of which I will happily facilitate. But no more overnights at this junkyard house. Damn, homie. Don't call it a junkyard house. That's crazy. My ex-wife, my kids' moms, this was her life. Her dad remarried, lived out in Grafton, and like she lived in Strongsville, Parma, whatever she was at that point in time, and she would have to go way out there to go stay with her dad. And I remember her just telling stories of it and how much it just fucking sucked. And same difference, stepmom that all of a sudden was like, you need to be involved in your kid's life. Mind you, I guess that's my kid's grandpa, had a kid before that with another lady that he never took care of, wasn't going to take care of the kid's mom until, again, a lady came in his life to be like, yeah, you got to get on and take care of your kid, my dude. So, it's always women out here trying to make men better. And men don't want to be better sometimes, y'all. Sometimes they just not good at it. So that's just crazy to me, man. It's just how that goes down. But no, this lady's not an asshole for this. She's a good mom trying to make sure her kid has a good life and is trying to be kind of accommodating to this dude, you know? So you think I'm wrong on that? You know what I'm saying? I know you had to, mess around with the whole step situation and so forth as you came up, but I don't think.
No, I think you got it.
Yeah. I don't think any of your parents would have been like.
Similar story, so it's like it's hard to add anything further when they're all in the same vein.
Yeah. Who knew the Christian parents one could have been a wild one? But we'll save that one for next week, y'all. Worry not. In fact, let me make sure I actually click on save for that so we have it. Oh my gosh, that was this week's Emma the Assholes. Hope you got down with them. I know I did. Just a delight, people. I love me some Emma the Asshole. I truly do. It's kind of one of my favorite parts of what we do out here. I'm going to pull out my phone box. I'm gonna rattle off a hell of a list. But what have you been watching or getting down with just in your entertainment over the last few weeks?
I don't remember what the fuck I said the last time we recorded because it's been a while.
Yeah. Well,
so,
I just whatever you got on your mind.
Off at, but like, I watched Good Cop, Bad Cop. Did I say that?
I don't know that one.
Okay, so it was an Amazon show. It was like 8 episodes.
Okay.
It's like a cop,
It's kind of built right into the name there, buddy.
Yeah, but it's like a cop comedy.
Okay.
Of sorts.
Who's in that?
Oh my god, the one female lead, she's like been around, but I think it's Leanne Meester is her name, but I could be wrong. And then her dad is played by like this. It's one of those actors where he's like an old white guy that you see him in everything, but you never know his actual name. So I watched that. I watched the Idris Elba John Cena movie that's on Amazon.
Shit. It's Clancy Brown. You know Clancy Brown. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, if you seen Clancy Brown, you know Clancy Brown. I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's like I can name a bunch of shit that I've seen him in, but like I can never think of his name.
Yeah. You know what I know him from, and what we all know him from? It's Mr. Krabs.
Yeah. He was in the Dexter show. The
reboot that got canceled.
The like season that came like after the original.
Oh, okay. When they brought it back.
Yeah, when they brought it back, the rerun. So yeah, and then I watched the Idris Elba John Cena movie that's on Amazon, Heads of State, I think it's called.
You told me about that. I didn't realize it was on Amazon though. Yeah.
I watched the Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, Keke Palmer movie that's on there.
What's that about?
Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson are like Brinks truck drivers, and there's like like theft and all that kind of shit. I think it's called Heist. I like watching Eddie Murphy. What is it?
The Pickup.
The Pickup. Okay. Yeah, it was like a heist type of movie. Like I like watching Eddie Murphy and shit. Like I wish he did more movies over the last like 2 decades.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still enjoyable watching him do stuff. I started watching a show called Sanctuary. I think I was watching it on Peacock, which is like a sci-fi show from the earlier 2000s. I got to a couple episodes into the second season, and then I just took a break from it. I started watching Elementary like 2 days ago, the Sherlock Holmes like CBS show from like 15 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, with Lucy Liu.
Yeah, man, Lucy Liu was fine as fuck. It was a pretty late.
Yeah, respect it.
Yeah, so I'm like a little over halfway through season 1 of that now. I think I'm on like episode like 14 or 15 or something.
Okay.
Trying to think if I like watched anything else. Like I heard the new season of Only Murders in the Building is like started, but I haven't started watching it yet. I'll probably wait until the whole thing's out before like I get into it.
Yeah.
I think that's most of like what I can remember watching.
Okay.
Because like I said, I was on like season 2 of Sanctuary, so that was like 15 episodes or some shit that I watched. And like I said, I'm like 15 into like Sherlock, so it's like each one of those episodes is like 45 minutes, hour. So it's like that's been like the major part of my consumption outside of sports and random YouTube videos about like currency and Magic the Gathering cards or Call of Duty.
Fair. I actually can get down with that. Tweak some settings here. Let me. Yeah,
it's like honestly, like Sunday, I wake up, I fuck around on my phone for a couple hours, and then I just watch football all day. There's nothing else on the TV during that day.
Okay, I got a pretty substantial list. I finally watched Murderbot. As you know, I read those books, the novels and novellas, and I very much enjoyed them. So I finally watched it. The first episode starts, and I'm like, "You motherfuckers done fucked up Murderbot." But I'm patient. I'm like, "Hold on, you gotta chill. You gotta chill." Unlike the Wheel of Time, which I think they utterly ruined, this is just a slight tweak, and that is how you got the name Murderbot. And I cannot be getting that worked up over how that they changed that for TV. Beyond that, almost bar for bar, beat for beat, what the books are, and it ends up being a really, really fun watch. 30-minute episodes, 10 episodes total. It's a real quick watch. I ran through that in a day and a half. Just knocked that right out. So because that's all the episodes are out. Girl Haunts Boys, a movie on Netflix. It is, gosh. You remember the girl? You remember Hey Jesse? I realized not everybody had kids, so not everybody watched Hey Jesse. Hey Jesse was a Disney show, and one of the little girls on that show is now a grown woman, and she stars in this movie. And basically, she is a girl who got killed in the 20s or something like that, 30s or something like that, and is haunting this house that this boy in the present day has moved into, and he can see her because of some MacGuffin. And just a fun little, not really romantic, but slight bit of romance to it movie, and ends up being a real fun watch. That one is one of those things that came across TikTok. Somebody was talking about. Played a bit of Fortnite, Tetris 99, multiple music selections. Earl Sweatshirt dropped a new one. It's called "Live, Laugh, Love." Great album, 25, 30 minutes long tops. But a real dope little Earl Sweatshirt album. Ghostface Killer dropped Supreme Clientele 2, and I was really worried about Supreme Clientele 2 being a crap album because sometimes sequel albums are real trash, but that's a real fun album. Chance the Rapper is back and dropped a really decent album. I didn't give it a lot of listens, but I did give it at least a couple, once through, and I really enjoyed it. There's a podcast. It shows up every couple of years. The man he's unable to make a product that it is his podcast. He just cannot make it with any kind of regularity. But every few years, a life well wasted a podcast comes up. It's about It's about. I would tell you it's about video games, but it's not. It's about video games, but it's not about video games. It's oftentimes the periphery of video games or something about it. And A Life Well Wasted came back. Apparently, the episode I missed, it had an episode in 2022 that I never got to listen to. So I listened to that one, and then there's a new episode out that just came out maybe a couple weeks back. Highly recommend. One of the few podcasts I would tell people to go check out. It's only like a dozen episodes total over about 15 years. So you could probably get through A Life Well Wasted with no problem. And I would recommend you do that. The Residents on Netflix. One season, they ended up canceling it right after. Is amazing show. 8 episodes, I think. Somebody gets murdered in the White House, and the lady, as they bring it, say she was on Orange Is the New Black. You see her, be like, "Hey, I know that lady. She is a world-renowned detective," and they bring her in to solve the case. And so it's a whodunit, and it's a fantastic watch. Highly, highly, highly recommend you check out that. Like I said, it's on Netflix. All of it's out. It only got 1 season, but feels like a show that is fine with that 1 season. You know, you call that a limited run series or some shit like that there. I listened to all of the Hunger Games books, the two newer prequels and the original trilogy. Great. Hunger Games, guess what? Turns out real good. Also very poignant in this time period. Who knew? I did not. I checked out another one of those little cozy mysteries I listen to, Fireworks, Freedoms, and Felonies. That was a fun one. We watched Paprika, which if you've never watched the anime Paprika, it's free with ads if you don't pay for your YouTube. I do, so it's no ads for me. But if you ever want to check out a really amazing anime, Paprika, it's really gorgeous, and you should probably check it out from 2006. So I went back. It turns out I had never finished the last season of Star Trek Lower Decks, so I ended up going through and watching Star Trek Lower Decks, and that was a real good last season of that show. And I almost cried at the last episode, which is wild that a cartoon could almost bring me to tears, but that's how it moves, you know what I'm saying, sometimes. Sweethearts is on HBO Max. Great little romance, little movie, but not really romance. It's friends that are going to college together. They're both in relationships, but they probably shouldn't be, and they know it, and they're like, we're going to break up with these people. We're going to do it at Thanksgiving break, and so forth and so on. It ends up being a real fun movie. My man, Mr. Milchek from what the fuck is that show that just won all these damn Grammys? Damn, Ben Stiller, Severance is one of the actors in there. The girl who played Sabrina in the new Sabrina is the star of it, and so forth. Lots of cool actors in that. It ended up being a real fun movie. It's a romantic comedy, but not a romantic comedy, but it's in that vein. And that's another one that popped on TikTok today. It's like, y'all should watch the movie. I watched it on the airplane. It ended up being pretty good. And I was like, that was pretty good. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has come back for its 3rd season and it's already done. I have not been watching it, but I started watching it the other day. And man, Strange New Worlds is the tits, man. I'm saying if you get down on that one. Of course, I watched the Great British Bake Off because I host a podcast about the Great British Bake Off. And so I love that. This is, as we record this, Bread Week. It, of course, occurred in England already on Tuesday. But we get it here in the States tomorrow because that's when it pops up on Netflix. So this week is Bread Week. And but I am so far, you know what I'm saying, it's been Cake Week and Biscuit Week, and they're both real good. I have started Hollow Knight Silksong. It's a video game, and I got it on the Switch too. It's also on Game Pass, so if you have Game Pass, you can download it over there, take advantage. It's very hard. Might be the hardest game I've ever played in my life, and I don't know if I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it, but I'm not. I don't think I'm going to beat Hollow Knight Silksong. I can tell you that. I think that's going to be one of the ones I'm going to be like, fuck this, put it down and walk away from. What else is I playing? I feel like I was playing. Oh, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Also on Game Pass. It's a French studio. It's a RPG. It's supposed to be not that long. But of course, how I play games, I make games so long because I go exploring every damn corner of the game. It's an RPG. I don't play turn-based RPGs. I've never been really my kind of game. But the story is so interesting, kind of has its hooks in me that I think I might try to roll credits on this one. I had because it's a French game, of course. At some point, you can fight a mime. You have to fight mimes. There's mimes throughout the entire game, and they're weird, but they're the hardest characters to fight because they, of course, put up a brick wall. How mimes do. So you have to break that wall before you can actually start taking real hits off of them. But Clear Obscure Expedition 33 is a very cool game, and that's on Game Pass. So if you have that service, you can get that on your PC or your Xbox. And I would tell you to go fuck around with that game because it's gorgeous. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game, looks great, and it's a good time to be had there. That is the list. I'm saying, like I said, it's very full because I hadn't done it recently.
I thought of two more things while you were going through yours.
Adam,
I watched The Terminal List on Amazon.
I don't know that one.
It was the Chris Pratt Army show from like a couple years ago. The prequel of like one of the characters on the show is out, like releasing right now, and so I went back and watched the one. I think it was from like 2020 or 2021 or something like that.
Okay.
And then 2 nights ago, I went with my brother to see Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie.
How was that?
That was good. It's at the beginning of like a trilogy, so it's like it's not really like done yet.
Oh,
it's
okay.
It's just kind of like this portion ended, but like the thing's still going. It's kind of like the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse thing, where it just kind of stops.
Yeah, which is no bueno. I hate when a movie just kind of. I saw that original Dragon Slayer movie with Lee, because Lee took with their friends. They went to go see that, and I had to be the adult. So I actually saw that first one, but of course I'm not caught up on the show. I have no real whatever, but I dig that it is such a big deal and got a whole new movie. That was the number one movie at the box office this past weekend. Made a pretty substantial amount of bread. Broke Pokemon the movie's record as the highest grossing animated film that it has held for almost 30 years. So big deal, y'all. Check out some Demon Slayer if you're not.
Yeah, I've been going to the Phoenix Theater a lot, like the last couple months. Like
it's too good a deal.
I was just telling my brother that like it's not too far from my house because it's mostly just highway.
Yeah.
And then like it just gives me a reason to get out of the house sometimes.
Yeah.
Because like in the last couple months, I've gone there. I've seen the new Jurassic Park movie. I've seen Fantastic Four. I've seen Superman. I saw The Naked Gun.
Yeah.
I went a couple weeks back. I went by myself and watched Weapons.
Okay.
And like I said, I went there the other night to see Demon Slayer. And then I'm thinking about going to see this Him movie with Marlon Wayans and shit.
Yeah, that looks kind of cool. That Jordan Peele produced movie.
I had no fucking clue what it was. I'd seen like the pictures or like the poster or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I watched like they played the trailer before Demon Slayer the other night, and I'm like, oh, it's a horror football movie. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go watch this then.
Yeah. You let me know how that one is if you do go check that one out. So I will get down with that. I'm telling you, man, if you are local and are not going to see movies at the Phoenix at Great Northern, you are playing yourself. Great deals on movies. You know what I'm saying? Everything else costs the same. You know what I'm saying? Far too much for a bottle of water and all that good shit. But also, vibey people, I always go in there. You're saying, I done been there with a hoodie on with the pouch chock full of goodies. And I've never been given any kind of beef or situation about it. They know what it is. They oftentimes will come to the theater and do a little like, hey, movie's about to start. Need to give you a little heads up. Take your damn phone off and chill the fuck out, okay? And I like that they do that because it has more gravitas than just the screen saying, hey, turn your phone off, please. When a person comes in and says, I'm in this motherfucker, don't make me have to show up on you. And then people be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Somebody here that might get on my ass for actually get on my phone. And I've never had a bad experience there with people on their phone fucking around or playing. So there you go. Phoenix Theater. Just because of that. And they always put this image up at the beginning about some guy, something Trumbull, a filmmaker. And I'm like, what's he do with these theaters? What does he have to do with the theater? I don't know. I finally looked him up recently. I finally remembered his name and went to his Wikipedia page, pretty substantial Wikipedia page. And he wasn't a hell of a producer, produced a lot of movies. But I'm like, why are we putting up this image of him in front of every movie at this theater for now a couple of years? Like, what did he have to do with this operation? That's what I want to know. So there you go. Phoenix Theaters, Great Northern. Get down with the get down. And there you go, people. That was the show this week. Let me pull up these notes. I can read you off housekeeping.
What's that grinding noise that's going on in here?
I'm wiggling my chair.
The mic is really picking it up.
It's kind of like if
Shit, they're playing the hymn commercial right now on football.
I love it. What about 21-28? They are at Buffalo. There's a history of the Dolphins not doing well at Buffalo.
They literally a few minutes ago ran a graphic that said the Dolphins currently have the second longest active losing streak on the road against a certain opponent.
I need you to know that I knew that, but didn't know all of that, but I knew that.
Yeah, if they lose tonight, they'll be tied for the current longest active streak or whatever.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it was active or all time, but they're currently they have 9 in a row, and the top was 10.
Yeah, there you go, people. You know what is? Please tune in every Thursday, as that's usually when we post shows, and we usually record around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you can typically catch us in the chat on Twitch and or YouTube. Make sure to like and comment on YouTube, and if you do us a solid, please rate, review, subscribe, and share on the likes of Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Hit us with them 5 stars, people. It matters. It matters more than you think it does. As it turns out, YouTube as of late has been kind of throttling our videos. We're not alone. Lots of big podcasters are having the same problem. There's a law that changed in England that basically says something around the time. Basically, the way it works is the way you give stuff out to crowds is based on their age, and they basically kind of age gate shows now, and they do it based on, and it's algorithmically based. So they like what we think is the age of the people that are watching your show and who should be watching the show. So it's weird, it's wild, it's dumb, and so you're basically, I need you to go, just go throw the show on YouTube, mute it, leave it playing in the background somewhere. So basically that way they have registered that you are a person of this age who actually watches these videos, and that's kind of the age that they should be serving these up to and be cool. But yeah, YouTube on some nonsense right now, and I hate it. But also it turns out Spotify don't like when we don't give it a video. Last week we only had, the last episode was only an audio only episode because we recorded in person. That's, via microphones and in presence and audio. And they don't like it either. They want that video because they are pushing video hard on Spotify. So us not having a video last week made us not get any kind of love on Spotify. That sucks. So listen to us and watch us and so forth and so on. You'll get a video this week. Sheesh. Who knew that it'd become that serious? It's crazy. But hey, that's the way it's rolling, y'all.
And I'm Sans hoodie.
Yeah, look at that. You know what I'm saying? My man, and it's been like all year you've come to work in that hoodie. So the fact that you're like, fuck that hoodie today, I like that for you. If you want to support the show financially and have a few bucks to swing, consider joining us over on Patreon. Members at the $5 tier get extra content each month and early access to the shows. We also got merch, tpublic.com/user stays crunchy and milk. All one word, crunchy, of course, being spelled with a K. And feel free to give us a call, 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you. Get at us, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Bake Off is back, which means Krunchy is back, and it's a fun time to be had over there as well. If we're recording on Thursday, I'm gonna tell you that it's coming out on a Friday because that's how that functions. Basically, we're I always think going to be a week behind, but it's going to come out the same day the new episodes comes out, and so you can get together and be like, okay, I'm going to go watch them record on Tuesday because I've just watched the episode from Friday here in America. Basically, that show does get some shine in England because it's about Bake Off, and as it turns out, the bakers listen to that show. And that's not me saying that on some old bullshit. No, the bakers have hit me up to say, yes, I fuck with your show. So, British Bake Off bakers, American baking show bakers, gets down with the product we make because we make good product. And therefore, you should get down on that as well. Our missing man is the 216 zone, Tatum 216. Of course, send him some love. That is, of course, the Big Homie Lunchbox, 2099. Blessings. You know how we get down. You know what I'm saying? Gotta move it like that.
Rain dance.
I am the internet's Tayrell713. Don't make me push into traffic. We'll do it again next time. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.
Stays crunchy and milk.